you have kid stuff in every corner of your house? Do you think it's possible to make hundreds of dollars selling your kids stuff that they don't even use anymore? On this podcast, you're going to learn about the amazing world of consignment and how it can bring value to your family. You might be here because you want to make some money. You might be here because you want to save some money. We're here to help you transition to the next season and the next size. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, Adam's Dickle's birthday. Woo-hoo! Give me a shout out in the comments. A happy birthday for Adam. He'll see them later. And today we're talking to Julie Swanson, consignor with Sunflower Sprouts. And that is what's coming up today when we talk and tag with Sunflower Sprouts. But first, let's unbox. So today we have a mini brand, another mini brand. And the reason we're doing another mini brand is because look what I found. Okay, this is another book. I found another book. They didn't have it at Target, but I was in Florida last week, as some of you know. I went live from Florida last week. So I had to get it all I had to get myself situated back again today. Let me see if I can. Oh, I still have my magnifying glass. Okay, I still have my magnifying glass. I still have my books. I think this was a couple weeks ago. I have my little bookshelf. So we're going to see what books we're going to add to the collection this week and how to tag them. Maybe we'll get a kid's book. Maybe we won't. Okay, so for those of you who are just finding us, my name is Jen Stickle. I'm the owner of Sunflower Consignment Sale, the largest consignment sale in Western Pennsylvania with 2 locations in Pittsburgh and in Erie. And I like to unbox toys. These are about $7 to $10, depending on where you buy them. And it's a lot of money. And so I feel like it's my duty to open them and let you know if they're worth getting for your kids, right? So at least that's what I tell myself. These actually, in all honesty, are really great for Easter baskets. If you have the right kid. So they create a significant amount of trash. I still don't know what to do with these little guys. I'm still looking for some suggestions as to what to do with these white containers. I might just give them to the STEM lab at school and see what they can come up with. All right. I love the book ones because there's lots of things to open, like lots of packages. I get overwhelmed because there's a lot of stuff on my desk right now. Here's our wish list, things that we might want. There are Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Those are the ones I am that are on my wish list. Although, you know what's above that is the Babysitter's Club. Who read the Babysitter's Club? Comment below your favorite Babysitter Club. I used to read this, what they called the Super Series. I forget what they called. They were white covered. I could knock one of those out in a weekend at the lake. I loved reading the Babysitter's Club. They also have Cat Kid and Dog Man on the wish list. So I'm going for any of the kid books. Ooh, and all the Roald Dahl books. There's a lot of Roald Dahl books. Matilda, BFG, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Oh, and Twits. Oh, and there's the other 2 diaries. Oh, and Goosebumps. Okay, let's see what we got. I didn't realize there were so many kid options. I'm excited. Okay, so that's a book. That's a book. Oh, let's see. Did we get another bookshelf? We did. We got, oh, crap. Pieces everywhere. Okay, we got another bookshelf. So the one thing about selling books with Sunflower Sprouts that's going to change this season, it's not going to affect really anybody, but the books used to all be up in the one corner. Oh, hi, Em. Your girls are reading the graphic novel versions. Okay, so Emily is one of my consignors in Erie, and sure, I love, so Ellie didn't really get into the Babysitter's Club, but Emily has twin girls, and they're getting into the graphic novels. I haven't read any of the graphic novels. We'll have to chat to see if they're similar stories and characters. But it's kind of like the Babysitter's Club has come into the next generation. I literally thought I was going to run my own club, right? It was great. Okay, the only thing that is going to change Pittsburgh is normally the books are up in the corner, the upper corner. And this time they're going to be, we got Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Which one did we get? Dog Days. Also, Adam was in my room 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was 3 when I opened books. And I was like, look what we got. And I was like, look, I got a little magnifying glass. And he goes, they don't really open, do they? And I was like, oh, but they do. They open and they have words, which thus the magnifying glass, right? Okay, so we have Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days. Okay, so the only thing that's really going to change, again, they're not going to be up in the upper corner. The books are going to be all along the far wall. And they're going to be in reading level chronologically, with the Usborne pulled out and put it first, and then from board books all the way down through mom reads and like what to expect when you're expecting. Books normally sell for Roald Dahl, BFG. You can normally tag your chapter books. Gosh, I'm not going to be able to see what these retail for. Oh, that says ages 7 and up. Okay, this actually works. This is fun. Chapter books. You can actually, if they're in good condition, you can get a lot of money back in your books. Teachers love to come to our sale and buy books. I'm so excited. I got 2 kid books today. Teachers love to come. Parents love to have, like, my bookshelves are just over goosebumps. You guys, we got 3 kid books today. My bookshelves are just overflowing with kid books. I read a statistic once. Also, I need to redo my nails. I shouldn't show Julie those. Man, she'd be so disappointed in me. I just have to not break them so that I can go get them done before the sale. That's where I'm at right now. But I read this statistic once that was like, the more books you have in your possession, the more likely your kids are to succeed. They don't even have to read them, according to the statistic. You just have to own the books. And so, like, I kind of took that to the extreme. Also, please fact check me. I don't think that statistic is correct. But because of that, and because Adam used to teach, I don't know if you guys know that, Adam used to be a teacher, we have a significant amount of books in our house. And so, anyways, books sell very well. They're one of our top sellers. Part of the reason they sell so well is because our book team is amazing. Shout out to Amy Sarno. We, and all her helpers. And I think Marsha's going to be there this year, but not Gwen, I think, if I remember correctly. Look at the little bookshelf. I think it's just so cute. And then the little magnifying is so fun. Okay. Lots of trash on my desk. But our books are sorted by size or by reading level. And I really think that is a huge reason that we have a great sell-through rate. And then books are they're timeless. You know what I mean? So anyways, all right. Pre-sale tickets are available for Pitt. Head on over to our website and get pre-sale tickets for Pitt. Pre-sale tickets for Erie aren't going to be available until April 8th. So what I suggest when you sell books, just really quick, is I do suggest you put the tag on the back. If you're a consignor with me, I was in consignor support last week doing a live showing you how I bundled my books. I have more to bundle on Thursday. If you were a consignor, feel free to join us on Thursday, this Thursday, in seller support. I'm going to be live tagging with you guys. I have a bunch of tagging to get done myself. If you're seeing this later and you want to know what consignment is all about, check us out on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, and on our website. All right, today's guest is Julie Swanson. She is a consignor of ours, and we are going to chat with her. So I'm going to bring her onto the stage. Round of applause. Yay.
You should have a button to press.
Good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What are you drinking? I'm drinking water. It's not very exciting, but I am drinking out of my Emma's cup.
Yes.
So who are you? What are you drinking? And what is Emma's footprints?
I'm drinking coffee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you like a cream and sugar? I think you're a cream and sugar girl, right? Like
I'm no sugar, 0 sugar.
Yeah.
I'm a very mindful 2 tablespoons of cream.
Okay. All right. But do you have a favorite flavor?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I like to be. I like to explore.
All right.
Depends on the season, right?
Okay. All right. Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's Emma's footprints?
Hi, I am a mom of 3. I have 3 boys, Gus, Walter, and Chuck. In 2016, Gus passed away from SIDS at 4 months old at the babysitters. At the time, I was a full-time hairstylist and receiving the devastating call that he was unresponsive. I did not want to return to a job that required me to punch a clock. And I couldn't be present for my children. So in 2017, we welcomed Walter, and in 2021, we welcomed Chuck. And Emma's Footprints is a nonprofit organization here in Erie, PA, and we serve, because I work here now, families who have experienced a pregnancy and infant loss from the time that you conceive up until the baby is 12 months old. We pay for headstones, cremations, funerals, care packages, counseling services, anything that you would need on your grief journey from the moment that you receive the devastating news, and beyond. So I received services from Emma's Footprints in 2016, and I've been plugged in ever since. I took this role on in 2018. Yeah, it's been a minute.
It has been. So I'm repping my cup. We're repping Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love Julie and Tracy. They're the best. It's their fault we're in Erie. Let's just be real. It's their fault that our spouse is in Erie. I think you were shopping with me before we came to Erie. So for those of you who don't know, Julie does live in Erie. It truly is her fault that we have a sale in Erie. 100%. And I'm happy for it. So I think you were shopping with us prior to that. Were you consigning with me before Erie?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
So I started shopping in 2002. Spring 2022, I came to Pittsburgh, and thanks to Tracy connection. 22. Yeah, sorry. 2022. And I fell in love with the sale, and I was like, I'll be back, except I'll sell. And there was no conversation about taking the sale other places at that point in time.
Right.
And I think a sale or two later, I was like, this needs to be in Erie. There's nothing like this in Erie.
Yeah.
Surrounding areas. So.
Yeah. And when you come to Pittsburgh to sell with us, you also like to volunteer. Well, yes. Now, for those of you who don't know, Julie is on my staff as well. So, but before that, you were volunteering, and I believe that you fulfilled a lifelong dream with us.
I did. Yeah. I just wanted to work the register, period. I always wanted to work the register growing up. I wanted to work somewhere with a cash register, but I don't know why. I always was a waitress. So when I came into this world of Sunflower Sprouts, I was like, but can I be on the register? And you were like, sure. And I was like, great.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in.
Did you play cash register at home, grocery store when you were little? Yeah.
I had a cash register.
Do you have
my grandma and my great aunt got me a cash register for Christmas one year, a real one from Sam's Club. I don't know if you remember, but Sam's Club back in the day used to have a business section, and you could buy a cash register right there.
Like a legit, not a toy.
Not a toy, a real one.
She looks great. We have to find some pictures. I'm sure there's some out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I loved about that is most people are I was like, will you be on the cash register? And they're like, no. There's so many people who are like, no, thank you. I don't want to work. I don't want to do money. I don't want to talk to people. And Julie was like, me. Yeah. I was like, great. All right. And I think Tracy loves it too, if I'm not mistaken.
It really does. It's a really big shift from our day-to-day work. And it's so I would love to do that. It's just
right. It's just refreshing because it's just mindless. You know what I mean? You're talking to somebody about being a mom. You're not doing deep work. Yeah. It's great. All right. So you've been shopping since 2022, right?
Yep.
Do you shop mostly consignment now? Do you shop other places? Do you are you one and done, or do you add pieces throughout the season?
Yeah, I'm basically a one and done, which I've grown to be that. I wasn't that to begin with because I don't think I understood how much I could get at a consignment sale. But I would say I'm a one and done.
Yeah. But what's the PJs that you really like?
Hannah Anderson.
And so I think you were adding pieces, but now I love when Julie comes to me after she shops and she's like, look at all the Hannah Anderson I found. And is Hannah Anderson newer, or did I just not know about it when my kids were younger?
I mean, she's not newer. She's
okay.
She creates other clothing. Pajamas just so happen to take off, I think, in the seasonal area and then have since grown since. But
got it. I had no idea what these were, and everybody was getting so excited, and I was like, okay, great, they're pajamas. And I don't know if your boys are there yet because they're still little, but now my boys are at this phase where they don't normally have pajamas anymore.
Yeah.
At all. They don't wear anything. And so, or they had this phase where they insisted on wearing one of Adam's t-shirts.
Yes, that's where we're at. That is where we're at with Walter, anyways.
Yes.
He's 7.
And they actually, I think that they actually really love going into dad's room and picking out one of the t-shirts. So we have to make this drawer.
Yeah.
Because I'm wearing all of his t-shirts
yeah.
For obvious reasons. But it was funny. So I love that. So Julie loves a good Hannah Anderson haul.
I do. They're just great quality.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. And then they're fairly expensive to buy new, but at our sale, people do price them really great.
Yeah. I don't remember what I bought them for last sale. I want to say $8.
That's crazy.
They retail for like $40.
That much
or something like that. They are, yes. And when I say like great quality, they wear and wash so well. Yeah. So anyways, when I shopped
retail, sorry, I was doing a math problem. That's insane.
When I shopped the last sale, I bought holiday, but then I bought all like to get me through until this sale. So lots of stripes, different types of bananas, like not holiday, right? And so I'm super ready to shop next size.
Yeah. Paige just said, good morning. Can't wait to get my shop on.
Good morning.
So where do you start? Do you start with Hannah Anderson? Where do you like to start when you shop? Like what's on your A list this season?
Yeah, I think it's important to, well, it depends on the season. And I think it's important to create a list of what your dreams are. Mm-hmm. So Crocs are always top of my list for spring. Crocs.
Okay.
So I feel like I sprint there first and then I head to like, I want Hannah Anderson again. So I'll go right to, that section. I'm not saying the section out loud because I'm trying to beat people there.
Okay. Which is even funnier because Julie's on my staff. She's one of the very first people that shops. So I think you're going to be okay. Julie.
Yeah.
But if there's no Crocs left, it's because Julie has them all in her bag. How about this? How about you do the photo shoot and then you shop? So like people know there was something there. Now I'm gonna rat you out. What is on the top of your shopping list? Do you shop for yourself? I didn't put that question on there.
Oh,
you go first in this department, and I don't know if you're thinking of it. I said there's a department where I let you go first, and then I come behind you, and I don't know if you know that.
I don't know if I know that. Puzzles.
I let you go to puzzles first.
Yeah, I was gonna say puzzles, and you know what's a hidden gem section? Like handbags. I got a Loungefly wallet last season, and I was just like, I never even think to look there. Yeah. But there are some really nice items in the handbag section.
There are. You're right, and it's we put it right at the cash register because it's like something for mom. We forget this, Yeah. But Julie and I both got this season for Christmas, which is funny. We didn't plan this. We didn't even find out until later, but we both got those puzzle trays for the family room. It like sits up to do, like you can elevate it to do your puzzle. It's covered in felt. It has like drawers so you can sort your pieces. And Julie and I have secret obsessions with puzzles. We both love them.
Yeah.
Are you working on one right now?
I'm not.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not, but I feel like it's because it's heavy event season. And once we get through the event, then I'll bust a puzzle out.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I just did my first 1,000-piece puzzle, Julie. I'm not a huge fan of the 1,000 pieces. I don't have the perseverance. I don't have the discipline. I don't have the attention span. I tried to do the nativity at Christmas and I did all the barn animals and all that was left was the blue sky and the floor round barn, and I gave up. I literally put it away before I completed it. But this spring I finished Noah's Ark. I finished my first 1,000-piece puzzle. So, but I'm like you. I'm a huge fan of like a 300. Just get it done.
I want to bust it out and be done with it.
Yeah. Feel like I accomplished something. Yeah. So. Okay, so what's your favorite consignment find you've ever found? Like if you could think of like a couple things that you were really excited to find, what was some of your favorite consignment finds?
Oh gosh. I feel like when Chuck was a toddler, I feel like hitting up the pack and plays, the walkers, the bouncers, those things brought me a lot of joy. Because there are also like really great quality branding, great condition in those sections. So that was a couple years ago, but I know that I got extra pieces to take to my parents and are still there being, well, the high chair specifically is still there being used, and it's just so nice.
Yeah.
I feel like hot toy items, so it just depends again on the season and your kid,
Mhm.
but I've gotten scooter bike things in great condition, trampolines, sand tables. It's just like,
I'm
it's,
so excited for the sand and water tables. There's such
I
high.
know. I know, and I think this year we're not going to do sand, which I don't I have nothing against it, but I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if we did like pebbles and rocks, because now he's a little bit
Mm.
older and
Yeah.
he could like use his little digging trucks and
Yeah.
scoop rocks and stuff like that. So anyways, but
That's
those items, my pajamas, seasonal pajamas, are a huge win for me. So
yeah. Yeah. Good. 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 That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. So what surprised you about shopping at consignment? Did you have anything that really surprised you, or?
Yeah, sure. All of it is a surprise because you
Yeah,
don't really know what you're going to find.
that's true. Yeah.
And I feel like once you get into it, like the actual looking part, time slips away and
Mm,
you're actually finding the things you want, but you have to spend the time in the section. So the
yeah.
surprising part would be like, I don't think I realized that until I shopped one or two sales and I was like, oh, I need to like, yeah, you can't just be like, go into clothing and think you're going to be there for 10 minutes and be out.
Right. It's not your average Target run, right? Like,
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So
And
that would be a surprise.
you're like, you're shopping for the whole season. So it's always my favorite when everybody takes this pile of stuff and they sit down and they're like making outfits and sorting and figuring out their budget. And yeah. Were you surprised by the prices, good or bad?
I think the prices are great. If I'm being honest, I feel like there's a lot of things I don't even look at the prices for.
Oh, okay.
Depending on, like specifically this last season in the fall, I got winter jackets and I get overwhelmed because there's a great amount to choose from. They're all in great quality. And so then I'm like, so I have like 10 in my hands. And then I feel like, what color would he like the most? So then I like eliminate. Now I have 6 in my hand. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I should look at the pricing. Does that make a difference? Because I feel like pricing is so great around, all of the categories.
Yeah.
The only thing that would be high level pricing is high level, like, I'm trying to think of what that pajama. Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah. The one that they're always looking for now.
Like the bamboo pajamas. Those are a
Mhm.
little bit more expensive. They
Yeah.
retail for a little bit more. So like those things I probably would look for, but I think the pricing in general is so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, if you're shopping for the whole entire season, like,
Yeah. I know. I can't tell
I'm
you.
not shopping again. Like my transaction might be $500, but I'm done. I don't shop again.
Right. And I think that we see that as cashiers. We see people, they're like, wait a second, this is only $300. And they've got like all this stuff. Yeah. They're mostly surprised at the cash register. Like they're like, holy cow, I just can't. And then I think sometimes people, and this is more of a Pittsburgh thing, but it's happening in Erie too. They're like surprised at just the vast selection. Right. You know what I mean? And they just can't. It's so funny to see new people step into the building and they're just like,
I know,
taking it all in.
I know. So true.
And they're like, so that's why I think the list is such a good idea, right? Because you're right. It's like, where do I start? And just having an idea of like, okay, these are the things that I need. I can get a puzzle, but like we need shoes, we need a coat, we need a swimsuit, we need, you know what I mean? We need 3 pairs of pants and 5 shirts and blah, blah, blah. Right. So yeah. Yeah. So I love it. We used to have one. I should find it and republish it. Like it was like a blank shopping list. So best for the first time shopper, what's your best tip or piece of advice for the first time they've ever shopped at Sunflower Sprout?
I think it's the list.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the list. I think I mean, there's a lot of pieces, but take time. Know that you're going to need time.
Yeah.
Create your list of what your top items are and start there. Cause it's like, you do want to hit up every section and maybe plan to come back again, because
a great piece of advice. Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know if you're anything like me, you have the time and then you've been in those sections and then you're like, oh my gosh, I've been here for so long. I'm just going to like skip through here. And you don't really look at the other stuff.
Right.
There's great stuff. So
right. Take a break, have some lunch, go step outside, come back in. There's a bunch of people actually who like, and it's mostly grandmas that has to do with carrying stuff around. But I think that there's moms who do this too. They go shop toys and they check out, they take it out to the car, they catch their breath, they get another coffee or whatever, and then they go back in and do clothes.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. And then I do have some people who come back and do clothes 50% off day because, and this is more of a thing in Pittsburgh but Erie's getting there is that there's just an abundance of clothes. And so if you wait till 50% off day, there's still going to be an abundance of clothes. Right. and they're 50% off, most of them. Right. Or they're, so I didn't mean to, I really had something caught in my throat. I wasn't meaning to make a comment about how overpriced the clothes. Oh, no. On 50% off day, they're either 50% off or they're overpriced and in great condition, right? And so it's still, there's so many things to pick on 50% off day. So, yeah. But
I would have to agree.
I did not put this, what was I going to ask you though? Shoot. I forgot to I was like, this is a question I wanted to ask you and I didn't put it on my form. I forget. It comes back to me. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So now you've been selling with us for a couple seasons. You sell in Pittsburgh and in Erie. Is that correct? You're one of my unicorns.
I do.
And she just give her items a second chance in Erie. She sells at both events.
I was like, hey, Jen, what would it be like if I just had like another consignor number in Erie? But I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think of this idea? Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been selling. This will be my 6th season.
Wow. That's amazing, Julie. So you've been doing it almost as long as I've owned. That's great.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I really like it.
Yeah.
I like the point of like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The biggest question that people have for consignors is like, what do you do with your paycheck?
Oh, yeah. So in the spring, we go on a beach vacation every summer. And so for the spring, it just goes to the beach vacation. So it's almost like I don't have to worry about any extracurricular activities when we go on vacation because sometimes Rod's paycheck pays for that.
Yeah.
Just so nice. And in the fall, it goes to Christmas.
Okay.
And it's like almost like I don't really think about it either because I get so much Christmas shopping done at the fall sale. Yeah. So I'm not necessarily using it for that, but more like for Mike and I, we don't really usually exchange for one another. But more recently, in the past like 2 years, we were like, we should probably buy. It brings me joy. I had 1 year of sadness of not opening a Christmas gift. And I was like, we can't do this. This doesn't work for me. I need a gift to open. I'm not.
My love one. Gifts. Yeah.
So,
and here I got it for you to open.
I know.
This is what I would like to get for Christmas.
Yeah.
May or may not have done it for a couple
days.
It
takes the pressure off of the holiday. I feel like bills don't stop, and then you tackle on Christmas. So it's like it just takes the pressure off of holiday.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. That's great. And because you're not making $20, right? Most of our consignors are making $300, $400, $500 a paycheck. I cut my biggest paycheck this last season, and I think it was, if I remember correctly, I think it was for $1,500. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane what some people can make. I know.
Yes.
It depends on what you have, right? And how many items you bring, and but yeah. And if most of the time now, do you discount your things, certain things, all things? Do you have a strategy with discounting?
I feel like I've grown to that. When I first started consigning, I didn't like to discount, but I don't think I understood the importance behind it.
Okay.
Because I would be like, this item is worth it. This item is worth $8. I'm not selling it for $4. And then I would collect it if it didn't sell. And then I would try it again the next season. And then I got smart and I was like, just mark to discount. If it doesn't sell at $4, then you take it home and regroup or you donate it. Yeah. Because you're done with it. You're not selling it.
Right. And there's strategy in actually making an item, that same item, $10 discounted for $5. Like you want to sell it for $5 or $6, or maybe $8. And then you say it's $10 and then you discount it because people love the game. Right. Do you remember a couple of years ago? It was probably pre-COVID now, but JCPenney's did away with. They went like all things fair and square, and they were going to do like fair and square pricing, and they got rid of all their coupons and all their clearance and all their discounts, and they tanked. They like the
Nobody
whole. No, because people we love our Kohl's Cash. We love our 40% off coupon. There's girls who love to play the game, and they feel like, especially as stay-at-home moms, that's how we can contribute to the family is by getting a good deal. So I think that some people like to come out and get things discounted because they feel like they're contributing. It's girl math, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I would agree, though.
The Duggars used to say buy new, save the, or buy used, save the difference, right? And it's true. So for girl math, it's like, we've been doing girl math for years. Now we just have a name for it. You know?
I was going to say new year. It's just got a title.
Saving money as moms. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So what do you love about selling? Other than the paycheck, it's great. Is there anything that you really love or, hate about selling? To ask the opposite question.
Yeah, I would say I love the fact that the items in my house get another chance in another home.
Yeah.
I love
Toy
that.
Story
I don't
right.
What's that?
Toy Story 3 vibes.
Basically. And they are good toys and have great life to them.
Yeah.
So I love that. I absolutely love that I don't have to talk to the customer as far as nickeling and diming as far as the garage sale goes, because I want to resell my items.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably one of the most things I love most about consignment.
Well, and who really wants to? May is already crazy enough. Who actually do a garage sale?
No, yeah.
It's all things May.
Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, I've sold things on Facebook Marketplace and they work, but it doesn't because people don't want to pick up. You don't really want to meet.
Yeah.
They want to say oh, you are asking for 10. Can you take 5? And it's ugh.
I know.
So I love the fact that I can just
way to meet you. And I still really want this thing out of my house. So,
right. So it's just so nice to do it all at one shot and drop off at one location and be done with it.
Yeah. Do you listen to Nate Bargatze, whatever? He just did this really funny bit about how his wife wanted to sell the toaster and he was going to have to go meet up somebody in a parking lot and he might die, but for $5. And
he'll do it.
It's such a funny bit. And I'm just you're right. None of us want to go. There's actually a spot here in Cranberry at the municipal building and they've labeled it. And it was this is an exchange spot. There are cameras everywhere.
Oh gosh. So you could go and meet somebody there
and feel safe because there's cameras and the police department is right there at the community center. And I was like, what is happening? Why am I meeting somebody in a parking spot with a camera at the police station for $5?
Yep. It happens.
It does all the time.
Yep.
All the time. So, okay. What is your best tip for first time consignors?
I would say start in sections or start in categories. Every time I talk to somebody new here in Erie who's interested, it can get very overwhelming to be look at all this stuff I have in my house that I need to get rid of. So maybe dive into toys or dive into maternity or dive into, activity center, playpen, those type of things. Start there and gradually grow into selling more. I mean,
once you did a good job with that, because if I remember correctly, that's kind of how you started to back liquidate, right?
Yeah.
You just start selling your infant stuff, right? You focused on a different, is that right? Yeah. Or am I telling myself that story?
No, you're right.
Okay. Cause I think I remember this season you sold your maternity stuff, for example. Yeah.
Yep. And it was seasons later, after I started selling, I didn't sell my maternity right away.
Right.
I only sold clothes my first sale or two. And then the next sale, I was I'm going to focus on toys and getting all these baby toys and baby books, a baby section basically out of the house. And now I feel I'm caught up on all the clothes. And so my clothes is minimum when I sell it now, instead of it being totes and totes. And I recycle toys and books, shoes.
Yeah. So you've gotten through a lot of your back inventory, if your infant stuff. Yeah.
Yep, I'm done with that.
That's great.
So that feels good.
Such good advice, though, is just to take your time. Don't feel like you have to sell everything the first season. That's really
because I feel it could be intimidating.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
Yeah.
And that's not the goal. The goal is to, tackle what you can, show up the way you can. And come back.
Right. I always tell people, I'm like, do you have an Instapot or do you do grocery pickup? Both of those things have learning curves, and once you figure it out, then you're then Walmart Whereas every Sunday morning, you don't even have to think about it.
Right. Exactly.
They save your favorites.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
just like that.
Right. What was the easiest thing to sell out of all of that? Like, what had the best sell-through rate, or what was just like, I don't know, easy to tag of all the things, like your toys, your maternity, your infant clothes? What was like the easiest to get rid of, or the hardest?
Yeah, probably.
And I don't necessarily mean emotionally. I mean, although that's a valid question too. Like emotionally, what's hard to get rid of, but then like logistically, what sold the easiest?
Yeah, emotionally, I have no emotion and I don't care. I mean, I love the joy it brings to my children, but get it out of my house. I don't have any like tie. I don't feel that way about things. Okay. So I feel when we collect Walter, again, who is my 7-year-old, we choose a day to go around the house and we go through toy. Like we did this in the like January, I think it was. And we went through all of the bins and chose what we were going to donate, what we were going to sell, and what we wanted to keep. And I feel like it's just a good learning experience for him to understand why we don't need to keep every single thing that we ever get, and how it's good to let go of some things and resell and make money and use it for something else. But as far as tagging goes, I would say the easiest thing to tag and get rid of was books. Because it's just a simple bundling, tying, categorize chapters, same author, that kind of thing.
You don't have to figure out what size they are.
No, yeah. I would say with toys, I feel like I have a great sell-through rate with toys, but I do take the time to do my research on what the toy is and what I'm on Amazon and I'm on Walmart seeing how much it's selling for, and then discounting it to see, like, again, depends on how long I've had it, but there's tips and tools on the website on how to do all of that, but price it well. And sometimes you have to print those informational sheets. And I feel like that is a game changer with certain things.
Yeah.
Saying what your toy does or how it works, because sometimes when you just see it in a bag or on display, you don't really understand the logistics of it. So,
right. And then if there's like a grandma who's looking to get something, or, a new mom who isn't as familiar with the toys, they're like, I don't know what this does, or they can't understand or appreciate the value of what this toy costs. So just printing out a sheet from Amazon, like Julie said, and attaching it it's so great. Like I love it. And it helps
all of us, because some of us don't even know, as workers, some of us have no idea either. So when a customer is coming to us and they're like, what is this? How does this work? Or how does it collapse? Or we're like, I don't know, let's figure it out together. So when there's an informational sheet, it just makes the transaction a lot smoother of selling the item too.
Yeah. So I love what you do with Walter. How is it easy to do that with him? Does he have to collect a certain number of things, or is it just like whatever he wants to get rid of?
Yeah, no, we just go through every bin, which, like, unfortunately we have, like, they're like those Target tote bins,
Okay.
The canvas bins, and we have a playroom. So we dump everything out and we go through all of the pieces. And each year it gets a little bit easier for him. He is emotionally attached to toys, and he is one that is great at imagination play. So like we don't have to have all of the pieces for it to work. And also we don't have to be like doing that theme that this Spider-Man character can transition into a Disney prince really quick for him.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to get rid of those toys, because I'm like, I don't know, like he doesn't play with it right now, but he'll find it and play with it. But no, I mean, we don't have to get rid of a certain amount. It's just, how it is when you have kids and the toys and the Christmases come, and then Easter's now coming. And so it's like, we need to get rid of.
Yeah. What age do you think you could, so he's 7. What age do you think someone could start doing that with their kids?
I would say 5.
Okay.
Because I would say, like, again, you don't have to make them go through every single bin. Walter's just mature enough to do that. But even if you said, like, which one of these 3 items could we donate? And I use the word donate. Donate really is to go to Sunflower Sprouts.
Right.
But yeah.
So he also comes to shop. Can you explain, because I love what this looks like for you guys.
Yeah.
I
wanted to understand what the actual sale was. So from the beginning process of collecting in our house to then how we're going to sell it at Sunflower Sprouts. And then I give him $10, which goes a long way at Sunflower Sprouts for him. And he is just like so excited to come and shop. I don't really put any limits on it. I say like, whatever you want, this is your money. This is your $10, you shop. So, he looks forward to the sale. He comes to the Erie. He's never, I don't know what he would be like at the Pittsburgh sale just because he loves the Erie sale. So, he asks often. And when we drive by Sinai for other reasons, like, when is the Flower Sprouts coming back, Mom?
I love that because then like they get behind it and then like it makes it easier to go and shop or to do it, to consign, they help. Like it just makes it easier to have everybody on board, even the husbands and but I love that you're like giving them a budget and then he comes up to the cash register. It's my favorite thing ever. And he's just like has an interaction with the cashier. He gets change. It's really great. I love it. I love what you're doing with them. You're doing a great job, Mama.
Thanks. If I love it, he's got to love it, right?
That's right, man. Yeah. My kids actually, one of the boys was like, Mom, I need new shoes. And I was like, okay, we're going to have to wait 2 weeks. It's coming. I'm not taking it. Yep. And he was like,
we're so close to the finish line now. So
I know that hole will be fine. The snow is gone. So yeah. Because Julie, they come to me they wear it until there is a hole in the box.
I know.
And I was like, what are you doing? Like, does this not affect you?
Yeah. And like the rubber is so worn. You could almost like push the fabric in. Yes.
Yeah. And so I always tell the boys too, because they have to go do their own shopping. Go do your shopping now. And then they come back. I'm like, okay, now go find 2 more pairs of pants.
Right.
They don't even get enough. I'm like, okay, go see if there's another pair of shoes because we need a couple pairs to get us through the season. So it makes it easy to say, go get another pair of shoes because they're a price of, affordable. It's affordable. So any last minute tips for our shoppers and our consignors before we wrap this show up? Julie's going to be on the cash register Tuesday night. If anyone would like to come and go to the balloon, she's going to be on the Pittsburgh cash register. And then in Erie,
one transaction.
That's right. That's true. I think we'll fit it into the schedule. And then Erie, she's going to dominate the cash register probably in Erie. So, but Julie is also our social media guru. So shout out to her and just say hi to her on socials. Let her know you had a great time with her this morning and listened into this. And this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for hopping on with me.
Love it.
Yeah.
So excited.
All right. Who's ready for the spring of 2025? Pittsburgh is April 3rd through the 6th. We are 2 weeks away, you guys. Make a list. Start to save some money. Consignor registration is full right now, but pre-sale tickets are available. I actually think that the new parent pre-sale tickets are, if they're not sold out, they're almost sold out. We probably have like 5 more new parent pre-sale tickets. Erie is May 3rd through the 4th, first weekend of May. So consignor registration is still open for Erie. I think it's week 4 or 5. I think we have 5 weeks to Erie. I don't know what day it is either. So, but anyways, there's still plenty of time to consign in Erie and to sell with us. Pre-sale tickets will be available April 8th. So let us get through Pittsburgh and then we will open up pre-sale tickets for Erie. If you want to shop at our event and get incredible deals on shopping, head over to our website, get on our mailing list, stay up to date on all things Sunflower Sprouts. If you're ready to get rid of this kid stuff that is taking up space in your house, get a bin, get a box, dump out a laundry basket, and just start collecting. And then register to sell with Sunflower Sprouts. Thanks again, Julie.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.